Hey! Hey! It's Fat Albert.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
To
Episode 27.
We're massive sports commentators now.
Yeah,
Just like
imagine we
winning the
just
game.
spoke like that.
Bruce Buffer, get Bruce Buffer.
Welcome to.
He
might have to turn
yes,
me
I wonder
down,
how much he has to practice that. As well, before I'll preemphasize this throughout this episode. I apologize if two random dogs start yapping in the middle
Or if
of
you
the
just
episode.
hear the little
Little
tinkering of
That's if they don't, because they're in the house. I've got my mum's dogs.
If
for
they
the week.
start barking, I'm fucking barking back.
Yeah, we'll turn into wild dogs with them, like big alpha dogs, because we gotta.
Just before we started this podcast, we're having a conversation about my personal life, and I was just speaking on
how much of a mess it is.
How much of a mess it is? No, it's not that big of a mess. Okay. It's just more out of. I don't even know at this point what it is. It definitely is uninterest. Like, I'm uninterested in my uni degree, and I've known this for probably since I started.
Yeah, you're in a very relatable place for a lot of people.
Yeah, so that's why instead of talking about it just personally, I wanted to talk about it. To see if anyone else relates, if anyone else feels this way. I started uni because it seemed like the only kind of route that seemed the most likable for me to take.
It also, before getting into that, I think school does such a shit job of giving you the ideas of what you can do.
Right.
Because it's kind of because when you leave school, you feel worthless.
Yeah.
Because you then go into this area where it's like, oh, what do I do next?
Yeah.
And if you don't have your life planned out, your automatic position is like, oh, I've got to go to uni because everyone else is going to uni.
Everyone else is going to uni.
I don't think. And it's like, that's a lot of money just to be like, oh, I'll just do this.
It honestly doesn't. I don't think it's just a uni thing. I think honestly it depends on your environment. If all your friends are doing a trade and they're all going into it, you'll probably end up doing a trade too. If all your friends go to trade, it depends on your environment, right? In my case, my whole family kept feeding me this idea: go to uni, finish uni, blah blah. And at the time, it seemed like a good idea. I didn't really have a clear mind in anything. A part of me wanted to be an actor. A part of me wanted to be a lawyer. As I researched more into what comes with law and such, I realized, okay, this is definitely what I want to do. And so acting was sort of the main source, while the uni thing was just sort of like a backup plan or a backbone. And it continued to be throughout the years. But when I started
something to do that, so it doesn't make you
right. So it doesn't make me feel like I'm, because if I was to even tell my parents, I want to take a break after school, they'll be like, "What? Are you an idiot? Oh, are you an idiot? You waste time. And it's like, realistically speaking, maybe me taking that year at the beginning would have been a better idea.
Years, I think, a genius. I took a year. I took a year, and I was like, thank fuck, because if I went straight into uni, fuck my life.
It would have been a better idea, because at least I would have realized that. There was other things that I could do out there. There was other things other than uni that I could do. But
I just realized you substitute the first letter of nearly every word with the letter D. That's what I do out there.
Oh, I don't say there.
That's what I do out there.
You mean I don't say there?
I just realized you said a sentence and every sentence.
Oh my god! What do you mean, bro? Were you saying that I got an accent or something?
It's every.
Well, because I'm a wog.
You replace T's with D's.
D's, yeah. Because that's
there.
It. Just
I do that out there.
It's
continue.
It's either from the way I learned English, or just my parents are like that. They have
that.
They have this thick Vogue accent.
Yours is it's just more nuanced. You just don't know your T's.
It's always it's almost like they're coming at you every time they talk. What are you doing in your room? Clean your room, motherfucker. And it's funny. Sometimes they also
D's are more aggressive than T's,
and they also don't finish sentences. Motherfucker.
Oh really? Yeah.
Sometimes. No,
is that just the English
who knows?
Or maybe it's just
who knows?
Maybe it's more.
I think it's just it's that transition of that language, because our language is a lot more like
Yes,
so it's rough. So when you translate the English, instead of going extending it because a bigger example of that is when you compare Australian to British English. British English is a lot more quick. Mostly Australians stretched out.
How's it going, mate?
Yeah. How's it going?
The weekend's been beautiful, mate.
Oh my!
It's been
especially
Yeah.
People in England,
mate. Yeah, it's all quick, sharp.
Over here, it's mate. Oh, mate.
Yeah, we'd like to. Yeah,
But still, anyways, back to the uni thing. The more I got through uni, at least I found what my sole purpose felt like to me, and I realized it's just being an artist, being an entertainer, finding some sort of way to just pull out all of my creativity into whatever I'm doing. And honestly, at one point, advertising is also what I'm studying right now, and seemed like the most creative thing to do. I actually switched my major twice actually now. The first time was after first year when we chose our majors. I can't even remember what I chose, to be honest. But then I realized within the first semester, I was like, nope. Like I read more into it and I was like, nah. So I changed to advertising and graphics design because I was like, that's very creative. The more I got into it, the more I realized I did enjoy the advertising aspect, but I didn't enjoy the graphics design. The reason I chose graphics design was because I was very artsy while I was young and I would draw things and I thought, okay, this will correlate. But I ended up realizing it actually just sucked out the creativity. It just made me dislike drawing even more. Like,
yeah.
And what me and Jack were talking about is just my inability to actually commit to this and finish it off properly. Even though I will finish it off, it's taken me a long time. I've withdrawn, I failed things just because I was fucking around. I had no interest in this. And I just keep doing it until I finish it. And whatever happens with it. I'm not really too fast. I know what I want to do in my life now. So I'm really not bothered. But it's still just like, it's a burden. It's a burden to have to finish something you don't want to do.
Yeah,
but
I get what you mean.
It is what it is.
It makes it harder. But like, I think at least you're in the position now where it's not like you're helpless and you're...
No.
But like, I mean, you don't know. You know, like, you don't know. And
that's when imagine you feel not wanting to do something and then not knowing what.
That's the
right.
Well, that's the position you don't want to be in.
Yeah.
But like realistically, you want to be in the position where you know what you want to do, then you go do something.
Yeah.
And like that's the trap we get into. Like around it, like everyone, people expect to know what they want to do when you leave high school when you're 17, and it's bullshit. How the fuck are you ever going to make that decision at 17?
And you shouldn't.
And the pressure they put you on, like the pressure they put on you in year 10 when you're 15 fucking years old, where they're like, all right, you got to pick these subjects because these subjects are going to matter for what you want to pick when you're fucking 18.
Yeah.
Which means when you're going to be... I'm like, wait, hold on a second.
I learned nothing about advertising
You're going to tell me that I'm going to make my decision for my entire life at age 15.
Yeah.
And you think I'm going to make it a logical... Bro, I'm still learning how to fucking touch my dick properly. I don't know how to fucking do... I don't... Like...
That's a funny story. I didn't actually know how to wank properly until like I was like 12, 13 and finally saw porn properly. And I was like... Oh my God, they pulled the skin down? Do you know what I was doing, bro? Till like 10, 11?
What?
I was just squeezing my knob.
Oh yeah, you told me this. This is
I was just squeezing my knob and it got me hard and it felt good.
The first time
But I didn't realize you had to pull the skin. And when I started pulling the skin out...
Oh, it would have been a different world for you. It would have been a different world.
No, it was shit.
Oh, what do you...
It was shit at first.
What do you
because
mean?
I never used to do it. So my skin was never used to being pulled down like that.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Like the only time it was pulled down was when I had a boner.
Do you know
because you naturally did it. But when I started doing it, it felt weird. It felt uncomfortable. I was like, why?
Do you know my first ever time, I didn't even actually touch my dick the first time I came. It was just from watching porn. Like
never been able to do that.
Yeah, no, but that was my first time. I got so excited. Like, I was just like, I was watching porn and I got that fucking like crazy about it. Yeah. And like that is.
I can't believe we diverted.
That's the moral of my entire sexual life. It's just like exploded.
I came too quick.
Just from seeing shit, I'm like,
came too quick.
I can't do it.
Please put your shoes back on.
No, when it was coming, I was like, what the fuck is going on? I was like, I didn't know what was going on with my dick, obviously, because I hadn't learned. So I did a terrible thing. I closed my dick because I got scared. I was like my dick, and
you basically like
and I did, but then I let go and it kind of came out everywhere. And I was like, first of all, I've got to clean these fucking pants. I'm like, what the fuck? And it was, I remember it was like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock at night. So the pants just went in the bin. In the end, I was like, I'll just sneak these in the bin. Fuck off. I won't see those ever again. That's fine. But I was just like,
were you aware of what it is?
No, I had no idea what was going on, and I had to realize I just had to clean I was kind of scared. I was like, what the fuck did I just do? And then I didn't actually I stayed away from porn for a little bit because I was kind of a little bit scared.
Oh yeah, you were like, I don't want that. I was like, what the fuck? I don't want to bleed out like that.
Yeah, and then I actually figured out like more. So I kind of figured it out by myself, like because I never had like the dad. Conversations.
Yeah, I never had the dad conversation, but
it's not fair on my mum to have that conversation. So I was just kind of like, oh, like, you know.
I grew up in a small town, so all the older boys by the age of 6, I'd already seen porn.
Yeah.
Because the older boys that were like 12, 13 would be like, oh, look at this little man.
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh my God, why is she doing that? Yeah. Why is she screaming? Why is he hurting her like that?
What's wrong with me?
Why is she hurting? Why is he hurting her? Stop.
Why is she... Ooh.
Oh my God, stop kissing. Ew.
That's probably why you're like a sex addict, don't you? Maybe like,
Oh, I don't deny that.
You're like,
no, I don't
that young
that.
exposure, like
don't deny
that crazy young exposure.
Yeah, don't deny that.
Like,
most of the guys in my town are all like very, very sexual.
Yeah.
And when I came here, when I was being openly sexual, like that, not being openly sexual. I mean, how can I define it? Being openly well, see, that's why I say it's dependent on the environment. Because back at home, I'm not.
Yeah,
back at home with them, I'm the same as everyone else.
You're a bitch.
I might be honestly, some of them say weirder, freakier shit.
Yeah.
But it's normal. But when I came here, it was like different, different story.
No, I get what you mean.
So it's just based on the rough. Oh, what is it? No,
I think it's the early exposure. That's what because like you learn so much from the ages of 4 to like 6. And like that, the amount.
Oh yeah, definitely sexualize my brain.
And so it's like it will do a crazy amount too from that.
I'm guessing, even
in there. But did you finish your uni? What you were?
Oh no, I didn't. What was I even trying to?
You were essentially going on about.
I was going on about the fact that
you like
that I'm struggling to discipline myself with everything else because of uni, because I'm so disinterested, where it's like, because uni has to be the priority right now, I neglect that. And because I neglect that, everything else that's under it gets neglected too. Yeah. Because if I don't do the uni thing, but do something else under it, it's like, I feel ashamed. Not ashamed.
Or like you should be like,
right. Because it's like, if I can do this, why couldn't I do the uni?
Yeah. And it's also hard to then like, because you're not interested, you're only interested in finishing uni. Yeah. That's the only thing that you're
and that's but look, at least before I was seeing uni as a waste of time. I was seeing it, oh my God, this waste of time. Not only am I going to pay the government back for something that I might not ever use, but like, I could have already been. But what I realized was, when I looked back, I realized if I hadn't gone to uni, maybe I wouldn't have realized that music was what I liked. If I hadn't gone to uni, maybe I wouldn't have met some of the friends that I did. If I hadn't gone to uni, maybe I wouldn't have. So what if I don't see myself being in the advertising world later on? I think me learning about advertising will not only support every other career that I have, but especially in terms of music.
I think as well, like realistically, it's always good saying what if, but it's like, if you say what if, like your whole life changes.
Yeah, there's no point.
And especially if you're in a good place overall, like you can't really go back and be like, I shouldn't have done this, because like, well, if you didn't do that, you wouldn't be here, and like, it would have been a chain effect. And
like I said, there's so much knowledge that I didn't care about before that I would have never learned if I didn't go to uni, because I would have been disinterested. Maybe let's say I be just straight after high school, I became a musician, and then I had to do all these networking things. I had to not be as shy as I was performing in front of people. I had to be able to advertise myself. It would have been a lot harder for me to learn these things because I'm disinterested. And I would have been like, oh fuck, I can't be bothered.
I also believe that school and university is becoming more and more so. I think they more teach you just social norms.
Well,
and like
majority of the things you learn in advertising is actually like doing a pitch.
Social behavior. Like the only how to like, but like that's what I think university mainly teaches, is like networking ability, meeting new people.
Well, that's the reason. And like that's the reason people go to universities, because that's where you meet the people that you later on do business with.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like that's, and like people will discredit school for that as well. Majority of school, you learn more about society and social norms and how to behave in society in school, rather than you actually learn anything intellectual.
That's why I never understood anyone that I understand people hated high school because some people got bullied. There was a point in time where I got bullied as well. Like,
yeah, same. I got sat on. One day I got sat on when I lived in I got like I'll tell the story because I think I don't know if I've told you before, but like when I lived in Alice Springs for like 5 years, and like it was a primary school, and I think it was a Catholic school, and I had like one friend, and it was just like this girl, and her sister was like best friends with my sister. Okay. So like we were like but she was like my only friend in the year, and I was just fucking a loser apparently. But it was when I came just over from the UK to live in Alice Springs. Yeah. And like essentially they had these rules where like before class, like when the bell would go for recess and lunch, you'd have to go like line up in front of your class, and like you had to sit down in the lines, and everyone raced for the first two because I don't know, it was just a cool thing that everyone did. Everyone wanted the first two place in the line. And one day I would never do this because I was like, there's no point for me. Like I'm not going to get any social credit for coming first. Like no one's gonna be like, well done, Jack.
Now we can be friends with this kid.
This kid got first. Well done, man. So like, but I did get first one day, and I was like, well, I'm not just gonna not sit there. You know, I was like, I'm just gonna sit there. And then some dude was just like, no, you're not sitting there, dude. I'm sitting, and he sat on me, and I was just like, what the fuck is this? And then I like threw a big hissy fit, I think apparently. And and then
I don't know how far I can take that as bullying, but I guess
no, that was like the whole. But like it was more. I think more so of just how like he treated me in general.
Right. I can't remember my. That was just one example of the things that was just
exactly.
Makes sense.
But at the end of, like, I think that was like one of the, because I think I had like a big like fit in school because my mum ended up like having to come down to the school. I can't actually remember too much about it. It's probably because of like because of it, I probably blocked a lot of those memories out of my head.
Traumatic experience usually block them off.
Fuck that.
See, that's the thing. Like there was like I was bullied way more when I was in Serbia.
Now look at me, cunt. Fuck you.
Look at me, bro. I got a fucking podcast that's succeeding.
Yes.
And now I have stories to tell about this.
Yeah, fuck you. I don't even. I don't even know his name.
I'm not saying. I'm not trying to discredit people about how they feel about their past and such, and if they should be like happy about their high schooling, because they might not be. They might not have great experiences. But the way I see life and the way I've been taught, been raised, is try to see the positive in everything that's occurred. You might not see it in the present. You might not see it that way. But for example, what I saw positive in me from being bullied, especially at a very young age, around year 1 and 2, especially because I had glasses and an eye patch, which just made me a target. The thing about it was it made me have to fight against these people, not physically, but mentally, where they'd make a joke and I'd have to make a joke back, or it would make my skin thick. Like words would eventually just go, like that, and just would not feel nothing. And then the other thing was it made me be more courageous. I was a pussy, and that was one of the biggest reasons that terrorized me. I was the shortest, skinniest. I was a pussy. I had glasses. I had an eye patch. It was just like everything. It was like I had the accumulation of everything of reason to be bullied for. But it made me have a chip on my shoulder, and it made me go, no, I'm going to be better than these people. I'm going to succeed. And eventually I climbed that social hierarchy, which looking back doesn't really mean much now, but in reality, it meant a lot to me in that time. And I feel like if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be who I am today. So yeah, I try to look at everything in a positive light. Even this uni thing, right now I'm disinterested, but I think in a few years when I finish, I'll look back and I'll be like, you know what, as much as I didn't really enjoy it that much, there's a few beautiful memories and there was a lot of positive things that came out of it. It's just right now I'm just really struggling to discipline myself. I wish I could just wake up in the morning sometimes and be like, just do it, bro. Just fucking do it. You know, like, and I understand that it's not that easy. I understand that there's like, David Goggins talks about how he'll sit there sometimes arguing with himself for 30 minutes while tying his shoelaces. I understand that there's that process where you have to constantly fight yourself, but I'm not close to there. I'm not even close.
It's also really hard though when like the thing that when you don't identify with the thing that you're trying to achieve. Which in your case, you don't identify with someone that cares about going to uni and caring about finishing it. With like what David says is like he identifies with being that beast. So it's a lot easier for him to fight himself. And start fighting himself. And that's what you do. And like you have to identify and go outwards, and like that's how the habits start. Like,
the only time I'm able to do uni well is if I leave it to the last day and have to do it. The pressure is there.
Yeah.
And I'm not, and you know what the funniest thing is? When I end up doing it on those days, I'm not that stressed. Unless it's a lot and I realized, fuck.
Like time, like unless time.
But if I started that day and there's plenty of time, or at least just enough time, I'm not stressing while I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I'm not caring at all. And because the pressure's already there, it's like, well, you can't give out. Because you unless you want to like withdraw, which I have done before but I've only ever withdrawn when I realized, holy shit, this isn't a one day thing.
Yeah.
I
I didn't give myself enough time to
physically have to do this over the next 3 days.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean. I've been there, and I'm I do it with certain things as well.
Yeah,
it's like, but like it's hard when you don't identify with something, and that's all it is. Because like when I wake up in the morning, I'm better at waking up in the morning on the weekends when I've got the whole day to do whatever I want than I am when I have to go up to work.
Yeah, because then you got to.
When I go to work in the morning, I have to wait. I have to set my alarm like way before I go to work.
Right.
Because I always know I'm gonna be a bitch in the bedroom and be like,
and
I know I'm gonna do it, so I have to give myself that time. Whereas on the weekends, I can, if I did set my alarm at that time, I'd just be up and go, oh, that's not there, because all the shit I want to do, and I'm very self motivated in the things I want to do. But make me go to the places where I don't want to go, I'm a fucking pain in the ass.
Exactly.
So it's the exact same thing.
For example, if the UFC is on and it's usually on a Sunday, no matter how fucked I got that Saturday, no matter how hard it is to fucking wake up from that and when you wake up, that hangover is like hitting me like a brick, I'll still be so eager to get up.
Yeah, to be fair, I was out cold this Saturday. Like when you
we came knocking on the door. This man's still asleep on his couch.
Yeah, like we were. What time did I end up leaving yours on Saturday night? Or Saturday morning. I don't know what time it would have been. It would have been, I don't know what.
3, 4.
I left his at stupid time, and I remember we agreed to watch UFC at mine the day after, and I got home, I just stripped off all my clothes and like fell asleep on the couch, and I didn't wake up until I heard my dogs barking because he was here. And I was
but that's because your phone was dead. That's a different story, right? Was your phone dead? Did you have any alarm set on?
I have no idea. No, my phone was still alive.
But you just didn't have any alarm set?
No. I got in, chucked my clothes off, and put my phone there.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and I was just like, when I got home, I wasn't thinking, oh, UFC's on in the morning. I'm thinking,
I wasn't thinking that either. But I already had in that morning, I already set the alarm for tomorrow.
Oh, I didn't. Right. Yeah, no, I didn't.
That's a good segue though. The reason we were up till 4 in the morning was because we were celebrating. What were we celebrating, you ask? Well, let me tell you. So, our first 1 million views video. That's what we celebrated. So our first TikTok that hit 1 million, to some people it might not be impressive because there's plenty of other people that have 1 million.
And it's also on TikTok.
Which is way easier than anything else.
Yeah.
But I'd like to say this. Regardless of what it may seem, I'm very proud of it. Yeah, very proud of it. Because to me, we've just started. We've just started.
I mean, it's not even been...
And it's not even that. You should look at your own journey through your own eyes, not anyone else's eyes. Who cares if someone's like, oh, well, that other person in Perth has 1 million, or you guys don't have that many followers. Who cares?
It doesn't matter anything at all.
Not long ago, a few months ago, we were on 0 followers. Now we're almost at 5,000 I'd say possibly 5 months.
Less than that, really.
Less than 5 months.
Realistically, because the first couple months we were at like 0. Like we didn't grow very quickly.
Oh yeah, we didn't.
And like it went from 100 to 5K pretty quickly.
Yeah,
like it's all exponential in that.
It's
case.
Very exponential. And just kind of like the videos. Like most of our videos were averaging 300 to 500 views. Some would hit like 1,000. Some 5,000 was like, wow, impressive.
Shit, cool.
And then the first one hit 600,000, and then it got deleted.
The first one that we were right.
The first one that we were right.
It hit like 10K because that was like the That was like...
I was talking about the video that really hit.
Yeah, no, but that was the first like little one where we got,
couple, so from 300 videos, lol. From 300 views to 10K, that was huge. Then from 10K to the first one that blew up, got to almost 700,000, and then it got taken down because apparently it was...
Sexual content
because we talked about blowjobs, but then there's fucking bitches with titties out. Which, hey, look, keep posting that shit. I love you.
That's also another reason why we should be credited, because we don't have titties and we're not showing them. And it's like, and we're still backing in these views. Yeah. So it's like, well, come on, you got to go.
And trust me, as soon as we get a little more fame, I'll make sure to bring titties in here too. Yeah, we'll bring
titties, and we'll get even more.
We will have strippers on here with titties out.
They won't even be doing anything. It's just so our clips can bang.
And this content will be on OnlyFans.
Yeah,
or Pornhub, because we have tried to upload on Pornhub.
Yeah, we'll be on Pornhub soon.
Anyways, so I just wanted to say thank you, because I am thankful. I didn't give us those 1 million views, and even though our content that we thought was way funny, it didn't get the 1 million ones. It's fine. Look, I'm just happy people are sharing. I'm just happy. What I said to him before was, who cares about the views or whatever? It's about the identity that you have in front of all these people. These people see us as the podcast guys now. And that's very important. It's very important to establish your identity. to society, not to yourself, because your identity keeps switching, blah, blah, you know, whatever. Anyways, I'm very thankful to everyone for watching. I'm very thankful for everyone sharing. Appreciate you guys. And we will continue to...
That's the end of the episode. See you later.
See you later.
Nah, but well, I mean, that leads on to the UFC the next morning. That was I reckon, possibly best card I've ever seen.
Possibly the best card.
Like, all knockouts, all freaks, like freak things happening, like left, right, and center. Like, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like that.
And we're just specifically talking about the main card because I didn't see the undercard.
Yeah, you know, fuck those little scums. But like the funniest thing that I like read.
Or just the 2 leg things at the having to go one after the other was just insane.
That Chris Weidman leg story is like, that was written by a 12-year-old. Like if you said if you said, I feel like
that's look, I don't want to say that Uriah Hall, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to say that Uriah Hall has the curse now, but honestly, at this point, it kind of seems like a little bit of a curse.
I just imagine.
Give the context.
I imagine a kid sits down and goes, "All right, Anderson Silva versus Chris Weidman. What happens?" Or kid goes, "Oh, he kicks him, his leg breaks."
Yeah, he kicks him, he checks. He's like, but he didn't really even check him. Like,
no. But then you go, okay. So, but what happens to Chris? What happens in his future fights? Oh,
3-4 years later,
he kicks and he gets leg broken. It's like, no, that can't be a good story. That's just too like stupid.
That just makes sense.
That makes no sense.
That sounds like a
curse.
curse.
That couldn't possibly happen. And it's like, what the fuck? It's happened twice. And Chris,
not only that, the fight before that, an Australian guy was fighting. Sorry, I don't know your name, dude.
Jimmy
Crute,
something like that.
Cruz.
No, it's not.
No, it's Crute.
It's not Cruz. Yeah,
it's Crute.
Yeah.
Jimmy Crute. I don't think he was broken, but I think some sort of damaged nerve because he couldn't. It didn't look broken, but he couldn't stand on it. He said he was numb.
It looked broken. Like,
you reckon?
Yeah, his ankle kept flopping from side to side.
No, but it didn't look broken in that way. It looked just numb. It looked like you couldn't stand.
I don't know what it was.
Because he kept standing on it after. So I don't think it was broken. But I think it was a damaged nerve or something.
I was struggling.
Oh, yeah, when he kept... Honestly, he did well because even though he got tackled...
He won the rest of that round.
He got Anthony twice down and he got a few good hits in there. Anyways, respect to him for being a warrior and fighting.
The thing that I respect the most out of that was when the doctor came out and was like, he tried to walk it off and it was like so obvious that he couldn't. Yeah. And I was just like, damn, like you actually wanted to go back. You wanted to get back out there.
You never know, he might have done well.
Like, that would have been... No, he wouldn't have. Like,
after those
realistically, if you're the other fighter, you just leg kick him. Like, if you want to be harsh. Like, and I'd struggle to do it, but you just leg kick him and you're like, fuck, he's gone. Like, that's all it would have been.
Because
he fall over and then you're like,
and then you can just do whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So
but then the next 3 fights, the next one was kind of like, it was expected. Like, honestly, I don't ever see Valentina losing unless it's like someone in a higher division.
Unless like she goes back up to fight Amanda again. Yeah. But she's already lost twice to Amanda. So like, so it's like, there's no point. She's like,
no, she said she's going to. She said it's inevitable. So
yeah, but she's already lost twice to Amanda. So I can't see Amanda being like, like, you know, like.
Oh, you never know because she's been racking up wins. So Amanda might see her as, because Amanda's cleared out her division. Shevchenko's cleared out her division. I think it's inevitable, like they both said. But the other thing was, she got her in a crucifix and then...
I think Valentina...
just pounded her on the ground. That wasn't that interesting. The next fight, shout out to Rose. We love you, Rose.
That was the cutest moment.
That was so cute. It made me cry. It made me cry. It actually made me cry. Because it was just like... I'm the best. Before the fight, she was shouting, I'm the best. I'm the best. Because...
No, it took her boyfriend coming in after, and he was the one yelling at her afterwards because she still didn't you could see like her mental like her getting over it. Was a huge mental thing.
We'll give a little bit of context. She beat the previous champion, and then after that she lost to someone else.
Zhang Li. No, she
didn't lose. She lost.
Oh no, Rose lost to Andrade, and then,
which was the one that lost Shevchenko, which is in a different division now. Yeah. Regardless,
Andrade did just get a bit lucky with the slam. Though,
she did. Yeah, which was unexpected. But anyways, Rose just was having sort of issues with her own mental.
You can see she's one of the most human. Because she struggles emotionally in that case.
When they gave her the belt, she was crying like hard, and just the way she
was shaking.
The way she expressed everything was just beautiful. I don't know. It was just a beautiful moment. And then the next fight was just like, what the fuck? Like, honestly, I wanted Masvidal to win just to be like an upset. And I love Street Jesus. But that knockout was like a fucking anime, bro.
Usman,
when he hit him, his sweat just went...
Usman's pound for pound. He's pound for pound.
Probably, yeah. They can't deny him now.
You can't, like... He's actually...
Especially since Izzy lost.
And he's just good at everything. Like, he can do everything. Like, if you were to say, build me a perfect fighter, you'd be like, There he is.
Yeah,
You know?
and that body.
Did you see Connor talking shit about him on Twitter?
Connor
Like,
talking shit about him?
Yeah, because he's.
Oh yeah, after Connor was like, "Oh, copying me, whatever," and I'm like,
And it was also just like.
all right,
It was also just like.
you've lost.
Dude,
Your last two fights.
You'd get. I was just like, Connor, you'd get embarrassed.
And he said that he would fight him, and I'm like, Connor.
Yeah, no, because like Connor was saying shit that I've been kind of sus about. It's like saying like juiced up, like.
Oh right.
Which look, hey, like Usman, if like I said, like if Usman came out and he ended up being on EPO or some crazy shit, I'd be like fair play because that cunt doesn't look natural. That guy is unbelievably in like the best shape I've ever seen anyone. And
he shreds City.
And he goes that long for that hard. Yeah. And like it's like I'm not like he may be a freak. Like I'll give him all the credit.
Which
but,
is
like,
possible, very
all
possible.
I'm saying is TJ Dillashaw used to be a freak in the same way.
Yeah.
And like it's just very similar. That's the only reason.
TJ's coming back to a fight soon.
Yeah, next month, which is. But yeah, no, it was a fucking amazing card. Amazing, dope shit.
That's funny because on that card there was a Brazilian person, and that's funny because my next topic is actually about Brazilians.
Oh yeah.
Recently, I was having a little bit of a fiend for some Brazilian women, so I went on Pornhub. I wrote Brazilian, but I didn't notice that I spelled it wrong, right? Because apparently, if you put in, well, it's either not putting in 2 L's or putting in 2 L's. I'm not sure how to spell Brazil.
It'll be 1 L. Brazilian will be 1 L.
Is it Brazil? Because is it
Brazilian
Brazilian or is it Brazilian?
No, it's
Brazilian.
No, I think it'll be 1 L.
Okay, probably is 1. Anyways, regardless, I either put 1 or put 2. I spelled it wrong. When I put that in, it just came up with trannies. And I was like, wait, what? And at the time, when I wrote Brazilian, I didn't realize I spelled it wrong. So I was like, wait a sec. I was like, in my head, I'm like, so the Brazilian community or the population or whoever looks like Brazilian or whoever posts videos of trannies is putting Brazilian in the hashtag. And I'm like, what? It made no sense because like two or three of the videos were like actual Brazilian women. And then the rest was tranny.
It just happened to be like your previous search like was tranny. And like you hadn't pressed search yet.
Well, I mean,
like, why look, these tranny searches
I'm not coming
up?
out. I'm not coming out and admitting nothing. I'm just making a skit here, a little joke. Nah, but seriously, I was honestly very like surprised. I was like, I didn't know that me misspelling something could give me a L.
Yeah.
Get it? I put an extra L and I took the L.
He gave you the L. He's like, take this L back. That's what you get for misspelling Brazilian.
And I was so heated already. I was like, well, I don't even know what to do, so I'm just gonna continue.
This will do.
Oh fuck! I don't like these guys.
Just in tears as you're wanking over tranny porn.
Yeah,
turn
around.
Like, I don't. Does tranny porn? Do they have the dicks?
Yeah, they have the dicks, but it looks like a chick.
Okay. Does it also? But do they have both, or is it just the dick?
What do you mean both?
Wasn't a transvestite both, or is that?
You have a penis and a vagina.
Can you have both? You can't.
Actually, I'm wrong.
You can be born
People
with both?
don't do that, but we watched this video in school once where there was this tribe somewhere. I can't remember whether it was South America
I used to think
or somewhere in Africa. And because of something that happened, some nuclear shit happened around them, near them, people in their village started growing both.
Oh, wow. I always thought when I was really young, like I used to think tranny was both.
No,
I thought I know that now.
And that's also confusing me because I thought transsexual meant.
I just realized we're cancelled so hard. We can't. Tranny is the bad word. You can't call.
You can't say tranny. Transsexual.
Yeah,
sorry, my mistake. My mistake, guys. My mistake.
Sorry, trannies.
Sorry, trannies. We just didn't know. We thought you had fannies.
Dude, no, I'm sorry, but like, I don't like, what do I call my grandmother? Granny. It's a positive term.
I thought transsexual.
What do you call Rashi? You know, it's a positive term to add a Y. Don't take it negatively.
Yeah, it's just positive. We're just shortening because I only give nicknames to people that I like.
You know, that's like, do you know what I would call Rash if I wasn't happy with him? Radavan. Because I extended it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I would call
transsexual?
Transvestite. That's what I would be like if I was trying to be aggro with you.
What's the difference?
Nothing. I'm just shorting it. I love my
granny. No, hold up. No.
I love my granny.
No. I'm being serious now. I'm being serious now.
I love my tranny.
No, I'm being serious now. What's the difference between a transsexual and a transvestite?
Transvestite was the term at the back at the start, wasn't it?
Wait, I think there might be two different things, dude.
No, transvestite is...
I think that's why I was getting wrong, because I always thought a transsexual is someone that has, like, done the operation.
I'm pretty sure that is the case. Maybe
I think transsexual is based on your sexuality.
Is a transvestite then someone that was born that way?
No, I think a transvestite is the person that gets the operation, isn't it? I could be wrong. Look it up. Sorry, guys, we really don't have knowledge. This is all new science.
I also don't know how to spell transvestite.
Transvest, like a vest.
Yeah, I got it. I got it close.
Okay.
A person who wears clothes designed for the opposite sex, a cross-dresser. Older term for cross-dresser is transvestite. Yeah, so it's essentially just transgender. Yeah, no. So I think
so. It's all the same thing. It's just different words for it.
Yeah, just changed. Okay, I think that was the older term for it.
Right. So,
yeah, it's considered, no. So transvestite is commonly outdated and derogatory.
Okay. Oh, so it's outdated and derogatory.
Yeah, apparently.
But why vest-type? Does vest-type mean something?
Vest is a bit too tight on their titties.
Oh, okay.
Because they're trying to be men.
No. So I always thought a transsexual was someone that had gone through the whole process, like done the surgery and everything. But that's not it.
Yeah, I know, but like in my opinion,
it just means it just means like if I'm a guy now and then I just like a girl, but I like.
In my opinion, though, I think it should be like once you go through it.
Well, what you think should be isn't always it, sir.
Because that
was disgusting when it came out of your mouth.
But it is also hard.
It should be like this. Well, you're telling them they should be like that.
Okay, right. No, I'll ask you the question. Right, would you fuck a trans girl?
Bro, no comment.
No, but like, first of all...
No comment.
No, you would.
No comment, Mr. Officer.
No, you would.
No comment, Mr. Officer.
You would. If they didn't tell you. And if they tricked you. You would. Because you wouldn't know any difference,
what do you mean? Like, wait, no. Because you saying I would fuck a tranny. So...
No, a trans girl.
Trans gal or man or whatever.
Gal. No, yeah, so she has transitioned.
No. Have they had the operation?
Yes.
Okay, so you can get confused.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Just like Dave Chappelle did.
Exactly. So then you fucked a trans girl, and I look, I don't actually really care if she fools me. She fools me. Like if I get fooled, I get fooled.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Look, dude, if I don't find you attractive enough, I don't really care. Like if you got a vagina, if you don't tell me, like if I fuck the vagina, like that's actually what I care about.
Honestly, it's honestly not about the person's looks. It is honestly just about your reproductive
organs.
Yes, reproductive organs. I thought that was right, but I wasn't going to say it because I felt like I was wrong because it's inside, but it's still your reproductive organ.
Yeah, no, but
that's the reason. It's not that I'd like person that looks like this or that. I just don't like dicks.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of people being like, I'm super straight.
That's what I mean.
I don't like penis.
That's what I mean.
I look at my penis and I go, ew.
I wouldn't want that in my mouth.
No.
Like,
or in my ass.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Or in my hand either.
Exactly. So
unless I'm ripping it off. Yeah.
That's the thing, right? So it's like, I don't have like, so that's
why I have nothing against.
When you say trans gal, all right, I just think like that's when you should be the girl part now. Like
no. I know, but
like they do it for both. Surely there should be a name for like the trans girl that isn't a girl yet, and the trans girl that is a girl because she's got the vagina.
No, but they don't like that because that makes them feel like
if that girl,
it's not a mental thing.
That girl has the ability to fool me. That girl doesn't, because as soon as she drops her pants, I'm like,
see ya.
I'm not changing my mind here. Like, unfortunately, see you later. Like, we have no business to do here. There's no business transaction. The deal's off. Look, contract is cancelled.
Cancel us, bro. Go fucking head. Like, I'm honestly at this point where it's like,
because that is just a dude in makeup.
There's a whole culture of like, you're saying the wrong thing. But they've become the oppressors now. They're like not fully,
I get what you mean,
not fully, but on the internet, I'm not saying that people that are trans are oppressing people that are straight now. I'm just saying that it's gone to a point where people are just oppressing each other because we're fighting over what, bro? Yeah. Honestly, you do you, I do me. I have my opinion. You have your opinion. If I'm wrong, discuss it with me. Say I'm wrong. Say this. If I still believe that I'm right and well, fucking just leave me alone. Honestly, ignore me. The only way you get rid of people or the only way you make their opinions obsolete is you ignore them. Yeah. You ignore them.
I just find the argument where like people say, "Would you fuck a trans girl?" so weird because it's like, first of all,
why do you need to ask me, cunt? What? You know the other thing is,
it's so dependent on things. No. It's so dependent on things.
Fuck like, the whole conversation of would you fuck a trans girl or whatever. would you just ask me would I fuck that person?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Because I might not fuck a... I won't fuck a straight girl because she's ugly.
Yeah.
God, or not even ugly. You know what sometimes it is? Some people aren't even ugly. I'm just not attracted.
Yeah, exactly.
Because of my genetics, because of my mind, something in my head.
It's that whole
I've met plenty of girls that are like 8s out of 10s, but I would never fuck because something about them just irks me, just makes me go, yo, but that's how I feel. I was going, ooh.
You can come in the podcast for a little bit. Sit down.
Cool. Now we have a new member. Hello. How are you, sir?
No, he's shy. He's camera shy.
Okay, never mind.
He's camera shy. But yeah, no, it's the same. It's the same thing with what's it called? When they like the whole equality debate. It's like, or especially in sports, like, well, women aren't equal to men. Well, I'm not equal to LeBron James. Men aren't equal to men. So it's like, how can you expect women to be equal to men? I am not equal to these African athletes that are freaks. They are fucking just machines.
They're bigger than.
They're
bigger, they're just naturally
stronger, faster than me. Like, I can't do much.
They're legitimately just naturally like have a higher potential in terms of muscle growth and just.
I'm not equal to LeBron James. It's a shame. I
fucking wish I was taller than 6 feet, but no.
Damn,
my little fucking, I don't know, somewhere down the line, some fucking short Italian or someone fucked someone in my family.
Exactly. They came in and they're like...
It's bullshit, bro. It pisses me off. All these other fucking Serbians are all above 6 feet. The natural height in Serbia, the average height in Serbia is above 6 feet. Motherfucker, I'm 5'9". Not only that, bitch, I was born with a fucking fucked eye, which made me wear glasses and an eye patch. Did I wake up every morning and be like, this is injustice. This is unjust that they've made me wear this eye patch. Equality. Oh, my eye should...
You demand equality?
Do you know what is unequal and unfair? 4 people in my family, 4 people were snipers in the army. Snipers. I fucking was born with shit eyes. Couldn't even see fucking 5 meters ahead of me. Snipe what? Snipe my hole? I'm staying in the trenches, boy. I ain't sniping. So that's unfair.
Give me an AK because I ain't shooting.
Fam, life is unfair and there's so many horrible things that what is the point about arguing? Like, I understand some people's identities might be, fired up because of this and there's so much going on. But there's also so much... There's so much other bullshit that is going on that's honestly just people projecting their insecurities. Like, honestly, bro. Like,
because I guess you want to be
just
relax,
better. Bro.
Let's move on from being argumentative. I was going to bring up something with you, and I'll put it on screen if people haven't seen it. Okay. Have you seen our boy recently? He's a short king. Have you seen Zac Efron recently?
No. What happened?
Oh, he got some fillers. He got some plastic surgery done. Have you not seen the photos?
Are you sure it's not just a movie?
Oh, no.
Are you sure it's not just a movie?
Oh, no.
Oh, no, Zach.
And,
no.
Yeah, it's a little bit, for someone I liked a lot.
So someone with a very beautiful...
Yeah. Yeah, I honestly, I was surprised when I saw it.
What if it's for a movie and it's like makeup?
I don't believe...
Because it's only one photo.
I don't believe it is. I believe it was a video. But I think that was a video. But hey, look, if it is, then like, I don't know. I feel like he'd mention it just because that is such a big difference.
Look, dude, people can do, like I said before, even with this other argument we just had, do whatever you want. Just leave me the fuck.
I know. Oh, no. I agree with that as well. I'm just sad.
Including anyone with plastic surgery. Like, I have no issue with you. But am I allowed to say something? Yes. Am I allowed to laugh at you? Yes. Just like you're allowed to laugh at me. If you see me fucking wearing glasses, some people laugh at you for, like, I don't know. Like, I'm just being stupid at this point. But, like, with the plastic surgery thing, it seems like an insecurity because there was a point in time where I wanted to get some sort of plastic surgery. But
he has 45 million followers on Instagram.
He's doing well for himself. But yeah, shout out to Zach, I guess. I mean, when you get older, if you want to do plastic surgery.
That just doesn't seem like the plastic surgery went the way he wanted it, though.
Nah, it usually looks like that. You can't make it look really real. If you know what I mean.
I don't know, because like you said, we know gyal that have had work done,
and they still don't look that.
That's real. What I'm saying. They don't look like that. And like comparing to what he was like a couple of weeks ago, though, even to now.
But also, all the gal we know are all young. He's old.
Maybe, maybe.
Old, and it looks bad on
he's
people that
like
are
young
older.
30s, surely. Like, you don't even...
No, but it looks bad on you once, like... You know what I'm saying? It doesn't look bad, but it just looks like... It honestly looks more natural when you're more youthful, because it almost looks like your face is just youthful because it's supposed to be youthful.
Yeah. All I'm saying is I was quite sad. Right?
I'm sad.
I just like Zach. And I was just like, he's a short
man.
king. He like, the actual angry reason I was upset about it is because I have pretty much like a very similar body shape to him. So like when I work out, his Baywatch body was...
Well, now you just need to get your jaw
so
done.
So now I need
bro.
to get the work done like Zac Efron.
You do. Because those lips need a lot of work,
yeah,
bro.
I need some... I've actually got alright lips for a white boy.
Yeah, you do. But like they're just not...
But they're not... They're not though. I need fillers.
You need succulent
I need
lips,
fillers.
bro.
I need my cheekbones to come out. I need like... Yeah,
I need my forehead to be intense. Just...
New hairline. I'm going to get everything done. So
bro, don't talk about hairlines, man. Fuck, bro.
I'm just
I'm born this way.
Next week, I'm just gonna be here like a Ken doll, and I'm just gonna.
Speaking of kings, Bryce Hall.
What's he done?
So Bryce Hall, Addison Rae's ex, which I've only found out these people's names only as of recently because it's apparently on my Instagram. He posted some Twitters which were directed at Jack Harlow supposedly. And Addison Rae, and he said downgrade. So apparently he's called our boy that we love and protect with our hearts, Jack Harlow, a downgrade.
One of the most accepted white boys in
society.
In rap. No, especially just in society, by everyone. Yes. I think everyone loves
everyone loves him. Like everyone actually, Bryce, just because your muscles are bigger and because you're cuter and stuff doesn't mean you're actually an upgrade. Because you're not really making bangers, bitch.
He's also on Psalms. So like
he's on what?
He was on Psalms. Steroid, like fucking...
Oh, okay.
Like crazy steroids.
Well,
crazy steroids.
You know what? The only steroids Jack Harlow takes is love.
Yeah. And
from his fans.
And like beats.
Beats? That's his steroids. Put on a beat.
And then you put Jack Harlow and he's in his flow state.
Yeah.
And it also just kind of proves that like...
he's in a downgrade because this guy, depending on how you see it, maybe you look better, but like I think Jack Harlow not only has more money, has more fans, and it's more sustainable, where Bryce Hall, what is he actually doing? See, I'm shitting on this guy. Because I'm defending Jack, but I have no idea what this guy does.
At the same time, though, but like even just
what does Bryce Hall do?
No. Judging it from the outside, though, looking at it, I'm like, well, who would I probably rather hang out with? Even looking from the outside,
right? Yeah.
Jack Harlow seems like a chill,
normal dude.
Like
normal dude.
More so even than most celebrities.
Yeah.
Like he actually seems like a really cool dude. Like just to like
down to earth, normal.
Hang out with. So it's like, can you blame someone for being like, yeah, like it does, at the end, and also we have to take into consideration females care a lot less about what their opposite sex looks like than males.
Yeah,
generally.
Yeah, so guys are a bit more like. Guys care a lot more about looks.
I want my girl to have the biggest booty. Like you care like
boom.
Whereas chicks will date an ugly dude if she makes him laugh. If
he's funny, or for example, if he has money,
or if he's bro, that's just filthy. How dare you say that about women?
I mean,
or if he like has a really good career, such as a really successful.
I'm not saying that about all women. I'm saying that about
like,
these hoes out there. Using
Are
men
you calling Addison Rae a hoe? Wow, crazy.
Wow. I think she's got enough money. I think she's good.
Crazy that you'd say something.
I think she's dating Jack Harlow for the same reason we would date Jack Harlow.
To get to Tyler
no homo.
Get to
get to Tyler Hero, yeah. No, it's because he seems like a cool, genuine guy.
Yeah, no.
And doesn't seem like he cares so much about, like...
TikTok boxing?
All the bullshit.
TikTok boxing?
All the bullshit.
Yeah, like, yeah.
Or maybe that's what he meant by downgrade. Maybe he meant like lower in division, like weight size.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, you just went from a heavyweight.
You're dating a bantamweight? Wow. Gross.
Cool.
Do you not know I'm a lightweight? Wow. Did I put on these? Did I do Psalms for nothing?
Psalms.
Do my cool muscles not impress you? What the fuck? I did all that just for you. Now I'm gonna have to lose all my cool muscles.
See, speaking of TikTok. Recently I was reading one of the comments on our 1 million views video. And one of the comments was like something along the lines of something about our generation being poisoned by our video and who we are or something.
Oh no, it was on the reply video that we did. It was on the reply. It was on the one where you're.
Oh yeah, me fighting the giraffe.
Yeah.
That's right. Sorry.
And it's this like dude that's probably like he probably be like his mid-20s, like later 20s.
Yeah.
Like, he looked like he went to like military school in the US or some shit and like died, something like that. And unfortunately, like I
checked one of his videos, and in one of the videos he's getting tased, and I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, you just judged me for making a video and saying that our generation is following these idiots or whatever they do. And in my head, I'm thinking, you're showing people that you're getting tasered.
I also just can't.
And I'm not even gonna
see the jokes.
Oh,
you're literally throwing.
That's where I was going. That's
you're on a green screen fighting 2 giraffes.
If that's poisoning the generation, I'm going to poison the fuck out of it.
And the comments
because I'd rather people be expressive and show themselves and try to do shit and do whatever. I don't even hate on him for the taser thing. I just found it so hypocritical that he's saying I'm stupid while I'm making a video that's supposed to be humor. That's not real, clearly, because I didn't actually go to Africa and fight these giraffes, by the way, dude.
Wow,
just letting you know, dude. Yo, dude, just letting you know, I didn't actually take the flight, and I didn't take my shirt off. Because if I was to fight them, I wouldn't take my shirt off, because that's so stupid, bro.
Wow, I've been fooled.
So
it looks so real. My editing skills.
I just wanted to say that it was just funny that he said we were like poisoning the next generation, or whatever the fuck he said. Regardless, it was so funny because it's like, look. The more we do this podcast, at first I was being real cautious about what I said because I was like, I don't want to offend anyone. I don't want to criticize anyone. But at this point, as long as I'm really not hurting anyone's feelings, and as long as there's context behind things, and as long as if I do make a mistake, I will apologize sincerely, properly, as I have probably before in the podcast. But from now on, there's really no holding back. So I will continue to poison everyone. I will continue to give my opinion because that is all I have. That is honestly all I have.
You're about to get poisoned by me.
That girl is poison.
Yeah, no, it's mad. It's mad.
It's just
I don't understand.
Fair enough if it was in context about something else. If we said something offensive or whatever, and he was like, "Wow, look at these guys," I would at least understand to some point and be like, yeah, fair enough. Okay, you got your... But the fact that it was over of me fighting a giraffe, it's not... I don't even know.
You know, it's crazy, right? And this is also...
You know what's crazy? If I'm poisoning this generation, then what the fuck are you doing? Because a bunch of you and a bunch of your comments, honestly, I try not to reply, but sometimes I have to reply just as a joke because some of yous are seriously in need of a book. Read a book. Read a fucking book. Read it. Read Alice in Wonderland. That has honestly so much common sense in it and like so many good metaphors and ideals behind it. Like dig into the book. Don't just read surface level. Like I think that is the problem is everyone looks at things surface level now. Dig deeper, motherfucker. Dig deeper. There is no philosophers left in this world because they feel like they don't need them. But the truth is, we need people to honestly dig deeper into things.
It's also right,
because y'all are fucking.
I was going to mention as
idiots.
Well. There's been something that's happened.
But I'm also an idiot, which is okay.
There's been something that's happened this week. I don't know if you've heard about it. There's a YouTuber out there. Yeah, I don't know if you've heard of him called EDP445.
No.
Do you know what EDP stands for?
That sounds like a drug to me.
It's not, but like if you were to say what would your acronym of EDP mean to you? Like if you were to make one up on the spot. I actually thought you had a chance of getting this. Eat that pussy. Is essentially.
Oh, okay. Well, no, because the D confused me.
That's exactly down your lane.
Oh yeah, because I say eat that pussy.
That's what I'm saying. But anyway, I'm just going back to the earlier part of the podcast. Yeah. Anyway, this guy, on the point of what you're mentioning, YouTuber, I think he had over like 2.5 million subs. Mm-hmm. He got baited out by some dudes because he is a pedophile.
Was that the guy that tried to get the 14-year-old or something?
Yeah, 13-year-old. Yeah, and like they went to meet him up, and he and it's like this. Like it's such a weird like thing, like because the way he's I don't know if you've seen some of the screenshots. Oh, they're disgusting.
I don't want to know.
They're just.
I don't like that shit.
Yeah, I was watching a video of Moist Critical, which is Penguin's do his like he was just like looking through it, and because he was dissecting it on stream, and he was like going through like all the text and shit.
And, like, the way he does
and he was reading it all, and it was just like, and like there was he sent dick pics like the first like couple days of them messaging, he sent a picture.
How
of, like,
quickly
shit,
did he know she was 14?
like the first day that she messaged.
But this was a fake girl, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
so he sent the dick pics even after she knew she was 14.
Yep. And there was probably about 3 to 4 times where he went and messaged and said, "I can't do this. I could get in deep shit for doing this." Da 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 da.
And then
the next day he'd be like back, and like they'd be like flirting again. And it started off like hell softcore with him being like, "Oh, I'll take care of you." Da 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 da. To it being like weird. Like, and then like obviously, and then when the guys like went to him to approach him, and Charlie said this on his video as well. These 2 guys that approached him, they are not good human beings. Like, they are purely in it for money, and like they made like the longest video with like heaps of ads, and they're just trying to make money out of the thing.
Right.
And like so, it's this weird position.
So it's basically a villain outing out a villain,
pretty much,
which is okay for me.
Like, look, he's doing a good thing because he's getting a paedophile away, but like he is still a shit human being. But because
someone with YouTube power can actually, especially because I'm guessing his viewers are girls that are like 13, 14.
That's exactly.
He can use that power,
he's been caught in like this kind of situation before.
Oh, okay,
and like
great.
I just look at him, right, and he's like this guy that the type of videos he would make were kind of like quite just out there videos about like whatever was on his mind.
Yeah,
like he was that type of dude that obviously just said whatever, like and this like he was definitely not the type of dude that is smashing bitches on the regular.
Yep.
Like he just isn't. Like he's massively overweight, and when I say massive, like morbidly obese.
Okay.
He just talks shit. You could see the way he was texting his 13-year-old. He definitely isn't hitting up girls.
Do you
like his own age.
See?
So it's desperate. He's very desperate.
See,
in this case,
that's what I was gonna say. Me saying this shouldn't change the fact that it's really wrong, and I'm not trying to change the fact that it's really wrong. I'm just questioning whether this is pedophilia or desperation. Because I'll give an example. Someone that goes to jail and straight, surrounded by just people fucking, but he ain't fucking because he's straight.
Yeah.
Eventually, imagine you're there for life sentence. What do you do?
I know what you mean.
Do you end up fucking?
Yeah, I know, but like,
do you end up fucking?
Yeah, I know what you mean, but it's still.
No, like I said, it's not right for what he's doing. I'm just questioning whether it's actual pedophilia or whether it's just genuinely like you get to a point where you're so desperate that you're like
you're just a bad person.
Yeah, like
you're just taking advantage of.
For example, how they say that like. It wasn't.
I think it is still pedophilia. It is still pedophilia.
Yeah, no, 100%. I'm just saying, what's the root idea? Just kind of like it wasn't Hitler's idea to exterminate the Jews, but because it worked for him, and it worked for him to rile all these people up.
Yeah.
Because he's a bad person, he's like, whoop, cool.
Might as well just like.
Kind of just like. That's what I say. The root idea is desperation. Like, for example, someone that's a killer. Either they're going to kill because they're a killer or they kill out of desperation. Because they either need the money. They killed someone because that person did something to, like, not saying it's right in any way. I'm just questioning whether it's actual, whether the guy has had previous cases of known talking to young girls, or was it just these guys set him up and out of desperation because he just thought he was going to get a fuck. Which is still wrong, clearly.
He was just clearly
that's why I question the Chris D'Elia thing.
He even says it in that case because he's like, he's like, oh, I was lonely. And it's like,
right,
that's what it is. Like, he's lonely. He's not getting any attention from any girls like his age.
But you don't
so he's desperate. And that's what is bad because, I mean, it's still terrible. It's fucking the worst.
I'll give it to you like this. You don't need anyone's attention. You realize that the thing about desperation...
like nobody is better than a kid. Nobody is better than a kid.
I'll explain to you something. At the depths of desperation, you either find evil or light. And I'll tell you, I've been in moments of desperation where I was like fucking dry for like 2 years. Main reason wasn't even because it wasn't working out for me. Main reason was pure laziness of I don't want to try. I want them to come to me.
It is also a thing of like putting yourself out there.
And
like
with the girls that I was trying, with the girls that I was trying, I wasn't being myself. I was simping. So in my head at the time, I was like, oh, this is going to work. But it worked even less. But in those moments of desperation, I realized when shit changed for me was when I realized, fuck this. I'm changing myself, becoming a simp, and I'm becoming someone I don't want to be because I'm so desperate. And in that moment, instead of taking the route of keep trying and do anything to get this pussy, I went, fuck this pussy. I don't need it. If it's not coming to me, fuck it. I don't need it. And guess what happened a month later? Your boy got pussy. Why? Because I didn't give a shit. In the depths of desperation, you either find more darkness or more light.
Yeah, I think like it's. Yeah,
that's what I say. In a desperate situation, in any sort of desperate situation, you either get to a point. For example, Hitler. Why I keep mentioning him is a good study case of a person that could have went both ways.
Man's just read Hitler's autobiography.
No. I've seen a lot of. I've seen a lot of documents. Things could have went two ways. Either he could have failed at his art and said, no, fuck what these guys say, I'm going to keep creating art. Or he chose what he chose and was like, fuck this art, I hate everyone, everyone's against me, I'm going to kill everyone. There's two ways to go about it. There's probably plenty of, I'd say the greatest of people had the ability to be either very good or very bad. And it was choice.
Yeah, because I mean,
they got to those moments of desperation.
The worst people in the world generally are intelligent people.
Very,
so it's like,
yes.
So it is. But it's just a shit situation. It's crazy.
I don't think the desperation is an excuse, but I can see where it came from.
It also shows though, like even a dude with like 3 mil subs, like doing
shit,
really successful dude, realistically in the grand scheme of things, is still just a scumbag. And like nobody actually knows him. Like he's very lonely inside because he's got no one with him or anything like that. And it's just like,
look, I'll give it to you like this. Sometimes at the heights of fame is where
you're even lonelier.
Because the thing about it is, you either feel like everyone's using you or everyone is using you.
Yeah. No, I get what you mean. It's like I can see it being incredibly lonely, especially if you are like away from where you've grown up, say, and like you're not like.
And not even that, family members turn on you plenty of times. There's so many people that say that's the worst thing.
It's for my case. Like I don't really have a family. Like I have the smallest family. Like there's like some people don't have that extended people to reach out to.
Fail you.
Like exactly. So it's like once you get past that, and then maybe you do feel like people around you are changing. It's like if you have that small circle, it's going to be dangerous. It's like you can't feel that way. So I don't like, but it obviously doesn't excuse anything. He seems like a terrible human being.
Fucking horrible.
Especially when you've got that much power and you're taking advantage of like.
That's what I was gonna say. It's the whole Chris D'Elia thing as well. It's like even if you like, for example, the guy didn't have any girls and got to a point of desperation, but Chris had all the girls and all the power, but got bored.
Yeah, that makes it weirder.
And that's where like that whole case of the whole politicians thing, having a whole culture and being pedophiles. I don't even think it's just a culture. I don't think it's like everyone's a pedophile here culture. I think you get to a point, just like all those super rich businessmen, you just get freakier and freakier and freakier because in your head, you never have enough. You never, like I'm guessing that's what happened to Chris. Chris was like, well, I'm getting all these 30-year-olds. I'll get these fucking 16, 17, 18-year-olds as well. Like, I think he just couldn't have enough. And that's the issue. It's like, you got to set your priorities straight. And sometimes the problem is people set their priorities straight when they're 17, 18, 19, 20, and then they live their life and they don't keep reconfiguring their priorities because you constantly have to question yourself at the end of every year at least, if at most. Sit your fucking self down, rewrite your values, do something. Tell yourself, what do I value now? Because it can change. I wanted to be an actor for years and years, but eventually I did it for a little bit and was like, I don't know, like I didn't know where to go. So in my head, I was like, I'm still interested, but I'm not. And then when I sat myself down and reevaluated everything, I was like, no, this isn't what I want anymore. And that's why I'm unhappy. Things change. And you need to sit yourself down and reevaluate, especially when you come to a point of fame and power. You really need to evaluate yourself because that's when you need to question, Am I the same person that I was growing up? Probably not. But are the good values that I instilled then, are they still with me now? So much to do. So much work to do.
Yeah, there's always like,
constant work, guys.
Like,
constant work.
You can't stop. Well, that's actually something I was reading about recently. Is like the difference between fluid IQ and crystal IQ, essentially, and like just so like your fluid
your ability to adapt and such compared to your actual just
knowledge.
Memories and
so it's
archived
like
information.
And apparently just being physically healthy elongates your fluid IQ.
Fluid IQ,
which is cool.
I also think it depends on your. I also don't think it just depends. I think your fluid IQ mostly depends on your openness. Your ability to believe that there is other ways, or your ability to conceive other ways, or
it's got
your flexibility. Because when you have no,
that's kind of what that is. I think that's kind of what it is, though. Like, I think that's kind of like linked to what it is.
Openness.
Because like when you become more closed, that's when you're becoming set in your ideas.
Well,
so like
become crystallized.
Yeah, so I think that's essentially what it is. Like, because I think it's just more so like it's kind of like brain testing, like being willing to like test your mind. Yeah. Which is like kind of like.
Yeah, being open to constantly either changing your ideas or adapting to new things. But there was that's actually a good segue. The Apple chip. Have you heard about the Apple chip?
Fucking too many chips, man.
Oh, it's not a chip that gets put inside you.
What kind of chip is it?
It's a tiny chip like this that's meant for your keys or your phone.
Oh yeah,
so you don't get it lost and stuff.
You sent me this.
Right. Why is this an issue? It's not an issue for people like me that lose their keys all the time. So, but the thing that I kept seeing in the comments is you've just ruined relationships. And you possibly may have ruined relationships.
I don't think they have, though. Snap ruined relationships.
I'll explain to you like this. When you have the door or the opportunity to check on someone, you are more routed that way. There's more chance of you to go that way. So, for example, back in the days, why people might have not been as jealous is because they didn't have the ability to go through their partner's phone.
Yeah, you didn't know like to.
But when that's there, it's on. Do you know what it is? It's the same with drugs. If you're not around drugs, you won't do drugs probably. But if they're there, eventually you'll be like, maybe try.
They're on the table, it's like
maybe I'll try. Yeah. Just kind of like if you're insecure and there's your boyfriend's phone isn't right in front of you, you'll probably just feel insecure and be like, oh, maybe I should ask him. If you're insecure and his phone's there and he's not around, yes, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh yeah, if it's on and he's asleep and he's passed out and he's left his phone on, right? And you're like,
You know how many people will put chips on their boyfriends and girlfriends? Which for some people will be good because they'll realize their boyfriends and girlfriends are scum that's cheating on them or fucking them over.
But like Snap Maps already do that though. You can already find out.
Yeah, but you can turn off your Snap Maps.
Oh, then I reckon people just be like, what are you doing? Why are you turning it off?
Right, which has happened before. But I'm saying with the chip, you can be sneaky.
Yeah, like I was just like, I know what you mean. Like it's like,
let's say a person like me, I barely ever switch my phone cover.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm never checking what's on the back of my phone.
I don't even have a phone cover, so I'm fine in this case.
Cool, but I'm saying, for example, or your keys.
No, it's more so of like just imagine someone's chucks in the boot of your car.
Exactly. And they know where you're going all the time.
Why are we this random house?
Not even boot, dude. Under your car.
Yeah,
and you'll never see that shit again.
Exactly. So it's just like, so it could be way worse in that case.
That's what I'm saying. This is a problem, guys. But it's also not. I get it. Look, every invention is a double-edged sword, It's got its good sides. Just like when they invented the fucking the phone. It was for war reasons at first, to communicate with soldiers and stuff. Then eventually it evolved, and now it's becoming more of a problem because people are getting stuck in their phones.
Yeah.
Problems. It's crazy when you actually think about when I was a kid, walking around restaurants, people talking, chatting away.
It's probably good for like your kid. Now, realistically, you attach it to your kid, and you're like,
you put it in your kid's asshole. You're like,
yep, whoop. Yeah, I know where you are.
I know where you are for the rest of your life. Yeah.
Because just as a kid, because I'm apparently like kids just don't walk home from school anymore.
Catch the bus.
Well, because it's like, dude, I used to walk to school like all the time.
Why don't they walk to school?
Because like
it's unsafe.
Like that kind of like idea. There was way more sexual predators before than there are now.
You don't know that.
No, but parents are more nervous about their kids like walking home and shit, and like.
You know why? Because just like maybe it seemed like there was more predators back then, there was also less information back then.
Yeah.
As in like less information being distributed daily. For example, there's so much fear mongering now. You go on Facebook, and the mums that are on Facebook, they're all in these community things. Someone's broken into this house. My mum, there was 2 break-ins on my street, and my mum didn't let this go down for a month. Look,
to be fair, I would do the same.
No, but I understand. But what the funniest thing is, what if she never knew about that?
Yeah, I know.
Would have made no difference.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. And
we still locked our doors. She was just being more panicky with my little brother. She's like, don't go here.
Yeah. No,
and it's like,
put that stress on other
no,
people.
but that's what I'm saying. It's like all this fear mongering is causing so many people to have anxiety. Like I went from living in Serbia in a small town where I was allowed to roam till whenever to coming here and my mum being like, 6 o'clock. You got to come home even at the age of 14 because it's pedophile hour.
Yeah.
Or the pedophiles love the dark. They come out in the dark.
Yeah.
And it's like,
I never really
probably,
had that. I never really
but
had
I'm
that
guessing pedophiles aren't fucking vampires, so they'll probably come out in the daylight because the cases that I heard pedophiles trying to take kids away were all in the day.
I've never heard of any, to be fair, but like
2 happened at my primary school.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, 1 kid got away from the van. One kid was, so apparently the 2 guys came in the van and they stopped by and like, yo, little man, like, your mum isn't coming. She told us to pick up with her friends.
Oh, yeah.
And he got in the van. As soon as he got in the van, as they were about to close it, he realized and jumped out. And then they obviously just closed and drove away because they're not going to fucking go, yo, come back, little man. The other case, some kid legit got taken.
Oh, yeah. Did you get found? Or
no.
Like, wow. You're like literally gone.
Kid raped, probably killed. Who knows? Never found his body. They probably did eventually find his body, but I never heard about it.
Yeah.
Or maybe he even got found, but I never heard about it. But at the time,
maybe
fucking my mum was
if you had that apple chip, maybe you'd be all right.
If you put that, just all I'm saying is, I know it seems wrong to put the apple chip in your kid's asshole, but it is the only place.
Yeah, like they're not having it anywhere else. Like you got to put it in the asshole. It actually doesn't work any other place but the asshole.
The asshole is the main source of electricity for that
asshole
chip.
Activated, and it also stops him from getting raped.
Yeah,
double-edged sword.
Yeah,
like just two birds, one stone. That's the saying I wanted, not double-edged sword. But oh well.
I think that's about it. Hey.
Yeah, I don't have a question.
Do you have any questions today?
I don't have a question.
Neither do I.
I do have a pretty cool fact though.
Ooh! No! Instead of questions, now we have facts.
This fact's like actually great. I saw it and I was pretty sad.
Okay.
I wasn't sad. It was just mind blowing. Okay, if you earned $8,000 an hour since 00 AD until this moment today, you'd still not have as much money as Jeff Bezos.
Wow.
$8,000 an hour. An hour.
$8,000 an hour.
I'm going to quickly try and figure out how many hours.
That's fucking... What, in 2021 years?
Yeah. So there's 24 hours in a day. Times by 365. We'll keep out the leap years. We give a fuck in this case. Times by 2021. So it's 17,703,000.
No, it's more than that.
That's hours. That's just purely hours.
You went by days, and then you have to times it by year, and then by.
Did I not do that?
Years?
Sorry.
No, you didn't do 365.
24 hours times by 365 days in a year.
Yeah. Times
by
2021.
Yeah.
And then times by.
That's how many hours. Yeah, that's 17 million hours, 300.
Yeah, and then times that by 8,000.
Yeah. So that's what I was next to do. So it's 141.
So it's different now.
Billion. Yeah. No, I was only going to say that's how many hours.
Wait, 141 billion or million? Or 141 million? Wow.
I think it's billion.
No, that's a million because it's 6 zeros.
It wouldn't be million. It wouldn't be million.
6 zeros is a million.
No, it should be more than that, right?
It's almost a billion. It's almost a billion. The next one would be a billion.
But he's worth way more than a billion.
Huh?
He's worth way more than a billion.
That's what I'm saying.
No, but I thought that number would be bigger. I swear we've done the math wrong there, because that even does seem like not many hours.
24 hours times 365, so that's a year. That's a year, and they'll count they'll calculate the hours, and then you times it by 221 because You go from
Yeah, I know,
day
but that
to
still
year
seems.
to-
I know, but it's.
Or maybe we're missing the month. We don't. You
No,
need
you
that.
don't. You
'cause
don't need
just
that,
do
because
365.
I've done it by
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
I don't know. Who cares?
Who knows?
Even
But
that is
regardless,
still crazy.
if our calculations are wrong,
I feel
you know
dumb.
what?
I feel dumb.
you know what? Shout out to my math teachers because I didn't listen at all and I passed everything because I'm a fucking genius.
And we still don't have as much money as Jeff Bezos.
And we should, but we will.
I probably won't. I won't ever have that much money.
I will, just for fun.
Yeah, no, I won't.
I'll rule the world.
I'll probably just like buy too many things.
And instead of
I'd have way too
instead of
many clothes.
asking each other a question, I'd like to ask the audience a question. Are you okay?
Are you okay, Day?
No, it's not that. I'm just asking, are you okay? And I'm saying that in two ways. I'm saying that in a caring way and also in a condescending way where it's like, are you fucking okay?
Maisie has a spider on her ass. Sorry, my dog.
Bro.
Come here, Maisie.
Why are you Bro, you just touched your dog's ass on the pod,
I'm
bro.
saving her from...
They're gonna fucking go crazy about this, dude.
Come here. Say goodbye to the podcast. She can come in. This is my other dog. So they both make an appearance. They aren't actually my dogs. They're my
Turn
mom's.
around.
Hmm?
Turn around and look at the camera.
Look at the camera so we can get...
Nope, she doesn't want to. She's shy. She's camera shy. Or maybe light shy. It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay.
Thank you for listening once again. We will be back next week. Bigger, better, stronger. Probably not fitter because I'm lazy. But
I will probably be.
he will be. So half of us will be fitter.
I'll do the job for
And
that.
hopefully I'll be fitter because, I'll be finishing my assignment. And when I'm free of assignments, usually I actually dedicate myself a little better. Anyhow,
Peace out.
peace.